What's up, guys? I don't know what's up with my camera.
What's up, Mike?
What's going on? Let me move to my. Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Let me get myself organized here. I've got 21 guests waiting. Note takers, Aiden, Vibov, tonight. All right, guys, let me get set up here. Okay. All right, so today, first thing I want to do is I want to recap and make sure we're all doing the right things. So we were talking last time about, or a few weeks ago rather, about creating urgency. So I just want to remind everybody about a couple of things that we could do to create urgency. So let me move this over here. So first thing we want to do is we want to sell to the up and running date, not the signature date. Not like when do you want to have this done by, but when do you want to have this done by is when do you want to have this new tool, service, software, product part of your day-to-day, which is going to be farther in the future. So you can say, like, I want to have that by Jan 1. Great. Well, then we need to sign up by November 1st to be able to have it part of your day-to-day by Jan 1. Instead of when do you want to have this signed and they say Jan 1 and we're like, great, then you have to sign by Jan 1. Try to account for implementation. Takes 2 weeks. Training takes a couple of weeks. There's holidays. Don't forget the internal meetings you're going to have. These are things you could do to make it take longer to sign. So therefore, making it earlier that they have to start doing those things. Some phrases you might want to use. Why not do this later? Is this really the right time to do something like this? When's your next standing meeting with your boss? Why don't we just drag and drop today's invite? Same time, 2 days from now work? Okay. So those are a couple things that we discussed before. Clarifications or pushbacks or any content comments on that? Okay. Let me pull up the next thing here. Sorry, because I have a headache today, so I'm like not in full Mike Manzi, let's fucking go mode. All right. So we'll go into this. Okay. One other random topic which I like to talk about here. One other random topic as a reminder for everybody is the moment that somebody buys in their mind is the moment that you make them feel stupid. And here's what I mean. So if you're selling roofs, like I share them here. What up, dude? If you're selling roofs, the moment you buy is when the homeowner realizes, oh shit, I didn't even know I could get it for free. Or, oh shit, I didn't realize that the hell is that bad. Or, oh shit, I'm so dumb that I was looking at this other company. I didn't realize how valuable your company was. It's not when they go, oh, okay, yes. On the slide, it states that the ROI is 3. That's good. It's when you end up teaching them something, which is essentially making them feel stupid. So what do I do with this, Mike? Okay. So here's what you do. I'm going to try to give you the simple framework for this. We talked about this before, but a simple framework for this is it's not X, it's Y. It's not X, it's Y. So we've all summarized. Someone says all their problems, and we look at salespeople. We go, hey, man, what I'm hearing is, and we summarize what they said, like we're ChatGPT. But the better way of doing it is hearing what they just said and realize and recognizing the bigger problem and saying it's not all these little fucking things. It's this thing over here. So I'm gonna try this out on you guys, and see if I can do a good analogy. If you don't get it, it's not on you, it's on me. I promise you this. But okay, you guys are selling a gym or some nutrition, whatever. You can fucking help me lose weight. I don't care. You can be Ozempic. I don't fucking care. Whatever. You're something. So you're like, Mike, why are we talking? And I'm gonna say, yeah, man, I want to be more in shape. Like I'm 41 now, believe it or not. I'm not even 42. People think I'm older than I actually am. I'm not really running around with the kids as much, which would be nice. And I just want to look better, man. I'm feeling like let myself go. Mike, tell me more about that. Yeah, I mean, I've tried dieting. I've joined the gym. I don't go quite as much as I should. I know what I'm doing there, but I don't quite go as much as I should. Oh my God, Mike, I totally get why that's important for you in particular. Why is that so important that you lose all this weight? Hopefully you guys are seeing the other techniques I'm using in here. Yeah, well, for me in particular, it's important for me to lose all this weight because my kids are at an age where they want to hang more. And it's like embarrassing for me to not want to throw the Frisbee around or whatever and say, like, let's play a video game. And there's a little bit of shame and there's a little bit of just like wanting to be a good dad for my kids. So anyways, that's where I'm at. Okay. So we're going to slow this down. We could summarize this back. Hey, Mike, what I'm hearing is you're really upset that you're not able to hang with your kids as much, and that's happening as a result of you just not being at the weight you want to be at. You've tried a variety of things; they haven't all worked, and so you're looking for an alternative. I'd be like, yes, you summarized. You heard me. You heard me. I feel seen. But what is something? Can you guys try? And if you can't, I get it. And we're going really slow here. Like, what am I saying is the problem, but what is the actual problem? So I'm going to give you one example of this to try to make this more clear without just like answering my own question. This one example. So in the book, The Challenger Sale, the example they use is like this dentist company or the dentist office. This company sells like dental equipment, like the drills and bullshit to dentists. And they were like, they're the best equipment. It's fucking dope. You should buy it. People are like, no, we have our shit. So then what they started doing was they were like, hey, like, what's happening in your business or whatever? People would say whatever they'd say. And they'd say, like, this is not you don't have an equipment problem or like a customer problem. You have a retention problem. The reason you're not getting new customers is because your staff is turning over so much. And the reason that your customers are saying that they're not coming back is because your staff is overturning so much. So really, you have a staff overturning problem. Good news is our equipment is so light that staffs love to work with it, and it will help you retain your employees because they're going to love working with this stuff so much. So they heard the problems and were like, you're thinking your problem is like, I need more customers or I want to have a better customer experience or whatever it is. It's actually retention. Now the customer's like, oh shit, I feel so dumb. I had no idea it was a retention problem. You just saw me naked and you noticed that I have a mole. I didn't even know I was being naked, and I definitely didn't want you to see the mole. So now I'm kind of like, how can you solve this before somebody else sees it? I don't know if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. We're talking a little high level here, but so going back to the example of what up, Cher? Go ahead.
I was just gonna want to take a stab, but you can finish if you want.
That's all I was gonna say. So, hey, I want to lose weight. Blah 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 blah. You're a weight loss situation. You're gonna say? I think I got a zig. I got a zag. What do you got?
What I'm hearing from you is you're not happy with the results that you're getting from the current lifestyle that you're living. I've got this Ozempic here that will show you some results even with the current lifestyle that you're living, which will help gain motivation as you continue losing weight.
Yes and no. So first of all, 10 points thank you for being the first person to try. What I'd say here is you went too quickly into the product. Here, I want to do the learning before that. So I'll take your exact example and I'll print like you think X, but it's actually Y, which is the problem is, Mike, you think you have to go to the gym more. You think you have to eat healthier. You think you have to do something different. But the real thing is you actually just need something that can help you lose weight without you. I'd be like, oh shit, seriously? Well, what do you have? I have Ozempic and it does this shit, it allows you to do whatever. So you're pushing against my implied beliefs, which are I got to go to the gym more, I got to eat healthier, I got to whatever. Alternatively, let's say I was selling life insurance. I'd be like, I totally hear it, Mike. The thing is, you think you got to get healthier. The reality is you have to just make sure that you can leave your family when you're not healthy, because at some point you're gonna die. So this has nothing to do with you being healthy. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like this has nothing to do with this. It's actually this. What are some other things you guys think you might say? Maybe pretend that you're a nutritionist, or you're a coach, or you're a personal trainer, or you're a gym. What are some things you got to zig with Zach? Go ahead.
So, Mike, you probably track your workouts, right? You wear one of the fit bands or something like that?
Yes.
And you put in a hard 30 minutes an hour? What kind of calories are you seeing there that you're burning?
Like in an hour, I probably burn 200 to 300 calories.
200, and you're working your tail off to do that, right?
Yeah.
Man, I totally get it. So here's the issue. You'll never outwork your nutrition. No matter how hard you hit the gym, no matter how many weights you lift, no matter how much you run, you'll never outwork what you eat. That's number one. So what we've got to do is we got to make sure we get the nutrition part.
Great. Yes, you are saying, I think I need a zig. You're like, no, I got a zag. Okay, cool. Somebody else got one. I think I got a zig, but you're thinking like, no, it's not about zigging. It's about zagging. All right, so I'll give another version of. Go ahead, Rick.
So, Mike, it seems like you're doing the right things. You're spending some time at the gym. You're spending some time with the kids. What is it that you think you're not doing that you think would be of value for you, that you should be doing?
I think it's a matter of consistency. It's like I'm on a diet. I'm off a diet. I'm at the gym. I'm not at the gym. I'm going, but I'm not going enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think that the reason is that? Why are you being so inconsistent?
I'm not really motivated day to day to do it. It's hard. It sucks. Just doing shit
Right.
that sucks.
Okay, so it seems like you're doing everything right. It seems that you are doing things, but it's being inconsistent. So the problem isn't the fact that you're doing these things. The problem is how you're doing it and how often you're doing it. Does that sort of coattail into
Yeah.
what we're getting into?
Totally seen.
Okay.
And now you can sell me on how you're just going to scream at me every day. Like arguably you could now sell me a text messaging service that will text me every morning that says you're a fat piece of shit. Everybody hates you. And I'd be like, that's a good point. That is the reason that I'm not going to the gym. If you texted me, I would do better. Thank you. So
Yeah,
that works.
that's interesting.
I'm
Okay.
going to bring one more version of this up, which I've talked about before, which is around getting to the emotional. I'm going to call it dramatizing the pain. So my recommendation here is you take whatever pain that a person has implied and you give it a schedule. You give it a schedule. Here's what I mean. So someone says, yeah, whatever, I'm losing weight, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be like, dude, sounds like, and I'm now just going to walk through their schedule. Sounds like every morning you're waking up saying to yourself, I should probably go to the gym, but being too tired and not going to the gym, no big deal. But that's happening so many days in a row. But by the day 3, you're starting to feel bad about yourself about being the kind of guy who's been saying, I don't want to go to the gym every morning. And by the time the 10 o'clock hits and you're a little bit hungry, you're probably already given up on yourself saying like, you know what, man, I didn't go to the gym. Screw it. I'm just going to eat whatever I want. And then by the time the nighttime comes, you're stressed with you're seeing how tired you are with the kids and having that motivation to go to the gym mentally, but none to actually do it. And then you wake up the next morning. God damn, man, that is a lot. So now what I've done is I've dramatized the pain by making it very real. So like the idea, let me say this. We oftentimes try to, what do they call it? Twist the knife, make the pain deeper by saying something like, well, man, it's like now you got to be worried about another situation where your roof's going to get damaged, or, well, you realize you're leaving $100,000 on the table, something like that. But it's like that. I'm not really connected. It's like no one's thinking every day about their roof. No one's thinking about the money they've left on the table. So like, I'm not actually, I don't feel that drama. Whereas the day-to-day shit, you do feel. The day to be like, yeah, man, I do wake up in the morning and think, fuck, I should be going to the gym, and then end up hating myself at 9 a.m. that I didn't go to the gym, which is no big deal. But by day 3, I do want to fucking kill myself. Not because I didn't go to the gym, but because I'm the kind of person who keeps saying no to myself. That is something each morning I can tie myself to. Or if you're selling something that will make their job easier, being like, wow, and you're leaving 8 hours a week that you're wasting. Yeah, sure. But if it's more like you go to their schedule and be like, hey, you probably you wake up to a bunch of Slacks and texts and emails you got to handle, and you handle all of those. And by the time you get to the actual thing you got to do, you've got 85 other things to do. So when you go to do the thing that takes you about an hour or so, and then you look up and there's 15 more Slacks and nobody cares about the thing. And meanwhile, that's thing you spend an hour on, you email to your boss and then you never get a reply on. That sucks, man. Those are actual actions where I'm like, those items happen in my day to day. Yes, I do not like that feeling of that thing. So dramatizing by creating a schedule can also get this person out of, we need roof, we want ROI, we need ads, need faster X, to like, I don't want that pain. That does suck. And then finally here, you can stack those. So I can be like, hey, sounds to me like Jamie over here, James McKinney, he sells a time tracking tool on your computer. Make sure you're doing what you should be, we're supposed to be doing. So I might be like, why did you take this call? Well, you guys do time tracking. Thought maybe it'd be a great way to see what my employees are up to. Why would you care? I want to make sure everybody's working as hard as they can. Totally get why that's important for you in particular. Why is it so important? Because, we're spending a lot of money on these employees, and there's a lot of risk in the business if they're not doing what they should be doing. Totally get it. Hey, man, what I'm hearing is every morning you're getting, like each day, you're coming in with a ton of work you have to do, and you're praying everyone else in the business is working as hard as you do. But you're probably getting a Slack or an email or a meeting finding out that something isn't done, that you definitely would have gotten done, that something took longer, it needs a couple more days, that you definitely wouldn't need extra days on. And you're just slowly getting these little pricks of like, is everyone doing what they should be doing? I'm assuming they should be, but like eventually you've gotten to a point here or there where you thought, I don't know if that's true. And you're starting to think, am I getting taken advantage of? And that feeling can feel like very lonely. And that sucks, man. The problem is, though, this has absolutely nothing to do with you having good or bad employees. This only has to do with human psychology. This has nothing to do with good employees. You probably have perfect employees. And even if you didn't, we knew that for a fact, people would still not be doing what they should be doing. Because I can tell you right now, there are things that you're not doing that you should be doing, right? Isn't there some gym you should be going to or some thing on your task list you got to do? You're not doing it because it's not fun or it's annoying or it takes time. So if you're doing it, you know they are. The problem is you're paying them. So the problem has absolutely nothing to do with your team and if they're good or not. It's just human psychology. And if we're not creating an environment that is leaning on human psychology, we're creating an environment that's like everybody else that's just like cash in, cash and effort out. No matter what you do from a hiring perspective, you're going to be in a bad spot, man. So I've now stacked I've turned I've summarized their thing into a personal pain. And then I've told them and it's not a problem over here. It's a problem over here. Comments, thoughts, questions, like clarifications inside of here. Okay. So, I'm going to ask you guys, maybe I'll have the balls enough to ask you to talk in front of everybody. Know why it scares me to ask you guys to talk to each other, but it does. This is my insecurities on a plate for you guys. But I want to ask you guys, what do you think is the solution that people are either trying, like they're doing now? Everybody has a solution to your problem already, which could be do nothing, but could be a solution. For example, wait. What is the thing they're currently trying to do? Let me get a couple of examples from you guys. What are solutions people are currently doing to solve the problem that they would say they currently have? I have this problem. Here's what I'm doing to solve it.
A lot of what I get is I'll reach out to companies and they'll just say, I have a person who handles this for me. And it's like, well, where is this person, qualified? Show that they're qualified. Or it's like,
fine, I have somebody. Fine.
Yep.
Pause there. Yeah. What else?
I've done once. Tony gave me such shit for it. He's like, hey, your company's like a
multi-million-dollar company. Totally. Anyway,
like I'll do one is our customers, a lot of times they're just building their marketing collateral manually. They're copying and pasting stuff, and it takes a while, but it gets the job done.
Okay, Sharon.
Accountability, and so I don't know if I'm being too vague, but like accountability, and so the solution is that I have more calls in the day-to-day than I did when I first started. I don't know if that's being too vague, but I feel like the problem is accountability. And the solution that's being thrown is more calls to check in.
Oh, okay. We're talking about a completely different. I'm like, for your customers, Sharon, you're like, no. For me, I'm getting more account. Yeah, that's it. So I can't solve that, or I can work on that with you, Sharon, but that's something unrelated to this topic.
My bad.
No, you're cool. You're cool. All right, sweet. So let me work on these two. So I'm going to say it's not about you having a guy or not having a guy. It's not about you having a solution for this. It's not about whether the guy that you work for is great or friendly or easy to work with. What it is about is maybe it's like speed or let me say this. I'll give an example. I don't know if this works for you, Dre. My brother-in-law owns a restaurant, and he's like, I got food vendors coming to me every day, and they can all give me better prices than the other guy because they want to get my account. And he's like, but the way that I do it is I'm like, I want one motherfucker because I'm now like this guy's biggest account. And so when I want him to run shit for me, he fucking gets it. And if I need a discount, he's like, whatever. And if I need something on a holiday, he will drive it to my store. Whereas when I have 4 different people, I'm getting better prices. I already have a guy, but I don't have one throat to choke. So it'd be like when running a business, your profit margin isn't just in the profit that you are making in your markup. Your profit margin is whether that thing that you have is in the goddamn store, whether you need to make 10 minutes to make a call or 1 minute to write a text. That's where the true profit margin is. So there's like real profit margin and then the hidden profit margin. And you are getting the real profit margin. Has nothing to do with getting a better. What you need to do to make more money as a restaurant is solving this other profit margin. That's why you want to have one person that you work with, and this is why you should have all of your business. Trey, for you, it might be like, this isn't about having a person. You should have a guy. At this point in time, we would expect you to have a guy. That's great. This is whether the guy that you have has the 4 key things to make sure that you are safe, to make sure that you are making as much money as possible, and to make sure that X, Y, or Z, not that he exists. Or to you, Josh, it's not about whether, yeah, sure. This has nothing to do with you building content. This has everything to do with you having consistent content. Nobody's arguing, do we need more? Yes, we will always need more. But what they're going to argue about in the future and the rest of your time at this company is going to be about, is it consistent? Or it's not about whether you should or shouldn't build the content. You should. What it's about is, should you be spending hours building the content or hours doing something that takes more time? Or it's not about whether you're building the content or not. The thing is, with AI, where is your time best spent? Is it spent doing something we can have a computer do, or is it spent doing something that we can't have a computer do? And I would argue your ability to succeed at the company will be based on your ability to create value on things that computers can't do. Sharon, did you raise your hand again, or is that just the old hand raised?
Old hand.
Old hand. Okay, cool. All right. So, like anything, sales training is exciting in some ways because you're getting all new information. The problem is it's all passive. The only way for you to take this half hour and have actually turned it into anything that was other than just useless is for you to exit this call and write down, like, what are the 2-3 things that people say are their problems? What are the 2-3 things that they're saying are their solutions? And how can I say it's not that, it's this? Not all of them are going to stick. Not all of them are going to be your best work. But if you cannot create this pivot, this, it's like the momentum. I already got a guy, I got a thing. I'm over here. I'm good. You need to drag them the other direction to realize you're so dumb that you're not looking over here. So think about these things. Try to create that controversial hot take, if you will. And what I'll say to you is, if someone doesn't agree with that, your hot take, they likely are just going to be too happy in that momentum lane as it is. If they do agree with it, great. And if they're somewhere in between, also great. I agree with you, Mike. We do need to do that. Awesome. I don't agree with you, Mike. It is about keeping my guy. Not awesome. However, I see what you're saying, Mike. I'm not sure it's exactly aligned. Fine. But in one world, they're staying where they are. In one world, they're all over here. In another world, they're doing this. Yeah, I guess I kind of see where you're going with this, and you can now pull them over. A little bit high level for today, but I hope this has been helpful and effective. Get out of here and go figure this out on your own shit. Sound good?
Thanks, Mike.
Sell some shit, boys and girls. Ciao.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.